What's good, everyone? Welcome to the Manadorks channel. I'm Nick.
And I'm Mike.
And you're watching Thought Scour. Thought Scour is a free-form, open-ended discussion about anything and everything magic.
Where we do no preparation beforehand.
None at all, no. I didn't know what the topic was until 30 seconds ago.
I told Nick what we're talking about today. So our topic for the day is, how has magic changed or affected your life? It's a very personal topic today. We'll be talking about our own experiences with the game, and we really hope you enjoy it. So, Nick, when did you first get into Magic?
Okay, I think it was the summer of 2017,
Okay.
Right after I graduated high school. Relatively recently.
And your first experience in Magic was Commander, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
Okay. Mine was not. I was first introduced to Magic in late 2015 around Battle for Zendikar, Eldritch Moon, which was in 2016. And I was just playing kitchen table Magic with janky 60-card decks out of all the commons that I pulled in my booster packs, you know?
And you were really bad?
Oh, yeah. My first deck was Black-Green Death Touch. I was like, this is the best ability ever.
Yeah.
I was like, no one's going to want to swing at me. And I didn't win very often.
Yeah.
But along the course of playing that, I met a lot of new people. I was taught by a new person in my life, which was a really good way to kind of start that friendship. You know, I was just listening to a podcast with Commander Crunch and Dana Roach, and Dana was talking about how many people you get to meet when you start playing Magic, and that you can have this shared interest that you always are able to talk about. Like, we both play golf.
Yeah.
But if I met someone else who played golf, how much would we really be able to talk about? You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, what club do you use when you're 150 yards away? Oh, a 7-iron? Great.
Same.
And that's the end of the discussion. But you can talk about deck building strategies, and you can invite them to play games with you. So that's one thing that has changed in my life, is I've met a lot of new and exciting people through the game.
I totally see that. And especially, too, since we started the channel,
Mm-hmm.
we've networked a ton.
Definitely.
You know, some of these people that we would watch or listen to early on were like, wow, these people are awesome. And now we're talking to them.
Exactly.
Like they're our peers, you know what I mean?
Which is so strange, because before we started creating content, they were like celebrities to us.
Right. They still are.
They still are. I don't feel worthy, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Can you think of anything else that has changed in your life since you've started playing?
Yes, the stigma has changed. There was a time in high school where we had like a free block, and there was a kid playing Magic, and I was like, wow, that's nerdy. And but I went over to him and I said, hey, let me play. He said, are you sure you can handle it? And I said, I can handle it. It's a game. And I couldn't handle it, but I played a little bit, and you know, I had a little bit of fun. I didn't really do anything much after that. It wasn't until after high school when you and I started to really become friends, and you guys made me play it. So
right, I agree with you. When I first heard about Magic the Gathering, I did think it was for nerds, as a lot of people do, but now I'm the nerd. I talk about it all the time.
And I love it.
Yeah.
You know?
We've embraced it, really. Yeah. And that's the best thing that you can do in life, is take something that you're potentially insecure about and then embrace it and be proud of it. And that's what we're doing now. That's why we create content, because we love it so much and we're constantly thinking about it.
And it gets boring when we just talk amongst ourselves.
Right. So now we're just talking to a camera.
Talking to everybody else. Yeah.
Exactly. I'd like to say that I kind of think differently now that I've played Magic, just because Magic is all about sequencing and the order in which you do things. I find myself taking a moment to actually plan out how I'm going to do something, just in my normal life, as small as my morning routine. You know, I think about how I'm going to go about that, rather than just kind of diving in and acting impulsively. As you can tell, I'm not a natural red player, so I don't act impulsively, but planning things out and even being a little more reactive to something than I normally would, like blue allows me to. You know, when I play blue, I have to wait for my opponents to do things before that I can respond. And I kind of feel like that's transferred into my life in one way or another, where I don't need to do something right away, where I can wait until almost the last minute to do it.
I can see that. Sometimes that's not always the best, but
No way. Like paying your bills.
yeah.
You don't want to wait till the last minute to pay your bills.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many ways Magic has, can, and will continue to change about our lives. It's hard to make a list out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's probably one of the best things I ever did was get into Magic. It's like a community that I entered that was so welcoming. I was astounded at how welcoming it was. You can walk into any store and play with anybody, and it's like you've known them for 10 years.
And that goes back to meeting all these new people. It's that easy to meet them. You know, if you walk up to someone on the street, you can't just start a conversation with them because you don't know what to talk about.
Yeah.
But you see someone playing a game of Magic at a shop, and you just dive right in, talk to them. 20 minutes later, you're in the middle of a game with them. You know, so I totally agree with that. I think it's also made me a little more likely to approach someone.
I feel that,
you know, because I've had those connections with people before. Not even when I talk to people about Magic, I feel a little more confident in just who I am, and that I'm able to talk to someone about something that we might have in common because it worked for me when I talked to them about Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely made me more of an extrovert, you know.
Oh, totally.
And not just in the Magic scene, everywhere.
Yeah. Which is funny because you think of nerds playing this game who are typically introverted people.
Yeah.
But when you're immersed in the community, everybody seems to be extroverted and supportive and grateful that you're also a part of it, which is really fantastic, and I've really enjoyed that so far.
Yeah, there's times we go, it's not a game store per se, but our store downtown that we go into to buy cards, I'll go in there and I'll just have a conversation with someone for 20 minutes about something.
Right, because they're standing looking at packs, so you know that they like it.
Yeah. We slip them a business card here and there, but it's fun, you know? In that moment, there's not a care in the world. Right. The only thing that matters is you and that person talking about Magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing, and I live for moments like that.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'd also like to say, since I've been playing Commander, sometimes I get lost and forget about time because when you're playing a Commander game, especially in the past couple of weeks when Nick and I have been playing, they can go on for 2, 3, 4 hours, but you have no idea because you get so immersed in what you're actually doing that time has no meaning.
Right.
And I've kind of found that is how other things work with me. If I'm playing my Switch or something, then I'll only focus on that when I'm doing it because Magic has taught me to do that. Because in Magic, if you zone out or something, you could miss something, miss a trigger, forget to counter someone's spell that you were planning to, you know? Yeah. So you really have to dive and devote all of your attention to what you're doing that's right in front of you, and I think that's really translated into my life as well.
I do want to touch on something else too. Coming into Magic, it was daunting. The idea of starting to play is daunting because it's a very hard game to learn, and you can see that coming into it. But the people that are willing to teach you want more people to play, so they're very patient. I remember. This is embarrassing now that I think about it, but the first time that we played, I bought a pre-con deck and no sleeves or anything, and you said shuffle your deck, and I grabbed them and I did the bridge thing.
The bridge.
And everyone froze and looked at me with wide eyes, like, "What did you just do?" I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know."
That's so funny.
So I will never do that again. I never have done it again, but everyone was super patient, and especially you. I was playing with another guy, my first game, and every turn I'd say, "Mike, what should I play? Mike, what should I play?" Because you don't know. You don't know what.
You don't know how to sequence those things yet. It takes time to learn.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it's hard to think a few turns ahead. I still have that problem. But especially then, it's like if I do this and he counters it, what do I do then?
Right.
Nothing.
Right. You bait out the counter. Always
Yeah.
bait out the counter.
I've learned that.
It's not worth it to keep a counter in someone's hand.
Yeah.
Bait it out. I kind of feel like since I've started playing Magic, I feel like a chess player.
Yeah.
You know, chess players are always like, okay, what's going on next? What are they going to do next? And I think that not only translates into the game that I actually play, thinking about what my opponents will do, but just thinking about things in life.
Yeah.
How will this action that I do affect this other person, and what will they do in response to it?
Right.
You know, so that kind of goes back to the sequencing of things, but I've just found that that's something I've really noticed.
Yeah. There's so much we could talk about.
Yeah. I do want to go back to the community for just a second,
Okay.
because we love them so much. But remember back when Walking Dead Secret Lair was coming out?
Yeah.
Everyone was so divided. It was
Yeah.
like, I hate the Walking Dead Secret Lair because Wizards is just trying to make money off of it. Or people were saying, no, these are the greatest things ever because they'll introduce a whole new fan base into our game.
Right.
But even with that division of how people thought about those cards, we are all still unified over this one thing.
Right.
It was still something that we could talk about, the game that we love, but I did find myself having to remind myself to go back to just the game and not worrying about what other people thought about how it would impact the game. Because nowadays, do you see anyone playing Walking Dead cards?
I don't even know what they are. That's interesting, though, that you were saying it brings in a whole nother group of people. Because right now, Strixhaven just came out, and it's all about
School of Magic.
School of Magic. So I'm like, there has to be a Harry Potter Secret Lair. My girlfriend, who loves Harry Potter, I've been trying to get her to play Magic with me for ages, and she said that if they did a Harry Potter Secret Lair, she would play with those cards. So,
Viewers, comment below if you'd like to see a Harry Potter Secret Lair. I wonder if it would divide the community as much as Walking Dead.
I think everything that happens is going to divide the community.
I have to agree. I really do. Even as far as like banning cards,
Yeah.
or cards that should be reprinted, cards that get put on the reserved list. There's always some sort of controversy, but in 2 weeks it blows over and we're back to playing the game we love.
Yeah. Even when it's a controversy, no one really.
Right.
We still play, you
Yeah.
know. It's not
Yeah.
like it's not like it's deterring us from playing the game.
Definitely. I'd say there's more things that draw me closer and bring me into the game than there are that push me away.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that actually makes me not want to play anymore.
Play Magic.
Yeah.
When your decks get stale, but then
Yeah.
you just build a new deck.
Right. I would say that kind of an overproduction of product would
Yeah.
kind of like smother me, you know,
Yeah,
and make me feel like I don't know everything that's going on.
Like if they started releasing a set a month or something crazy like that.
Well, it's kind of felt like that in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
At the end of the year last year, we had Zendikar Rising, but that got pushed out of the way by Commander Legends, which got pushed out of the way by Kaldheim, which got pushed out of the way by Strixhaven, you know?
Yeah. I do think that last year was a different beast, though, because everyone was stuck in their homes. And
Yeah, but it's not like they make the set that year. They had that planned 2 years in advance to
You're
put
right.
out this
You're
much
right.
product. And we have 3 or 4 more sets coming out this year.
yeah.
So it's a lot. It's definitely a lot to consume, but
Yeah.
Thank God we love it. You know, that's all I can say. Thank God I want to learn more about these cards and find new cards to make decks with.
Right.
You know?
And the thing that really keeps me going is learning new rules and strategies and how to bend the rules.
True.
We started we didn't get very far yet, but we started a judge course.
Yeah.
And we're learning all of these weird rules that we've always done wrong. And then they just completely changed the game for us.
Right.
I think one of the biggest one is something that I always try to do with blockers. Do you know what I'm trying to get at? It's like
so.
I'm not going to be able to think of it now.
That's okay. The one that I remember most from that is if I drop a Planeswalker,
Yeah.
I maintain priority
Yeah,
to then activate the ability before you can respond to
right.
it.
And that's something that we've always done wrong.
Right,
you know?
because we were taught just by friends
Yeah.
We didn't learn specifically from Magic or Wizards how to
Right.
play the game with all of the different orders of things and how to stack things.
And they're constantly printing new cards that are bending these rules, you know?
Yeah.
Working to the rules. And it's just incredible.
Yeah, we are still learning. You know, we're still learning how
And
to play the game.
we always will be,
Mhm.
you know?
That's the cool thing.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing. It feels like you're never done as a Magic player because there's always something new happening. There's always something else to learn.
And your play style is changing too, so you have to learn to adapt to
Because
that.
there's so many different play styles.
Right.
You know, you have to try them all to see what works best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something that I hear a lot is I can't get into Magic because I don't have the time to put into it. But I don't have a ton of time right now. You have less time than I do, and we still find time to play. You know, whether it's in person or untap,
On Arena, anything like that. Or even just looking through EDH Rec or Scryfall. Still feels like I'm kind of playing.
All week long, Mike and I send cards to each other and memes. And
Yeah, and I text Nick probably 3 times a week, send me a deck building challenge.
Yeah.
He comes up with some crazy commander and says you have to build it from only these 4 sets or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's just a fun stipulation that helps challenge me a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
And then we both build those weird decks and play them against each other, and then we retire them and never touch them again. And
yeah, right.
it's just fun, man.
It is fun. So, Nick, overall, Magic has improved your life?
Yes.
100%. I would agree with you.
100%.
I can't think of a better hobby or lifestyle that I would rather devote my time to than Magic the Gathering.
It's the best tabletop game I've ever played.
Easily. Agreed.
And it's just, it keeps getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily better on Wizards' part, but just better in general because we're...
From your side.
Yeah.
From your point of view.
What we're doing in the game.
Even though Wizards is starting to get a little greedy.
They're getting a little spicy.
Yeah, spicy. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, the old cards are still going to play the same. If they print OP cards in these new sets that completely ruin the game, we don't have to play with them.
Right.
And then the game still exists. It's still there.
I want to ask you one final question.
Yeah.
What would you do if right now Wizards just stopped printing cards? Magic is
Just
done.
stopped?
Yeah.
I'd keep playing.
Yeah, of course.
But you know why? Because there's,
23,000
20,000 cards, and I know 25 of them. So, it goes forever. And,
Exactly.
And I can play a deck, 6,000 times before it gets stale to me.
Right.
So, and you know that because
Yeah,
I
Nick
play the
always
same decks.
pulls out Tuvasa or Riz when he
Yeah.
has 8 other decks lined up that he could play. Yeah,
Well,
I agree with you there. If Magic stopped printing cards, I would play Magic for the rest of my life.
yeah.
So that only gets me more excited for what's going to happen for the rest of my life when they keep printing cards.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
gonna be pretty sweet.
It is. So, Nick, where can our viewers find us if they want to see some more of our content?
Everywhere. So our social media is all at the Manadorks MTG except TikTok because it's the Manadorks, I think, or Manadorks.
Because we made that first.
Is it Manadorks or the Manadorks?
Why don't you search us up on TikTok and you can let us know?
Yeah, there will be a Linktree link in the description that'll have everything. Our TCG Player Store, our affiliate link.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and check out some of our booster box openings because most of, if not all of the cards we open get posted on our TCG store. So buy those quickly. They're all at or below market price, so you're going to want them.
They're going fast, too.
Yeah, they are.
Because I'm doing all the shipping, and it's just like every day I'm
Yeah, Nick's going to the
packing
post
up.
office every day to send out cards.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it is.
But
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate you watching. Let us know your thoughts. How has Magic changed your life? For better, for worse? Has it stayed the same? We don't know. You'll have to let us know. And tune in next time for any of our content. We'd love to see you there.
see ya.
Thanks.